Ducks Unlimited Television is presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting in association with Mossberg Firearms. Built rugged, proudly American.
Welcome to Ducks Unlimited TV. I'm Ashley Ward. We're on point with more excitement from the Arkansas woods in this episode, including a great hunt with some DU Green Wing members. We'll also explore some of the biological reasons why mallards love the flooded timber. Thanks for watching.
You know, I was fortunate enough to have my best friend Margot back out here with me. And it's so exciting to kind of get to relive those first experiences of duck hunting through someone else's eyes.
This is the second time we've had Ainsley and Margot in the state to hunt. The first time they really impressed us just with their determination and ability to kind of work and get these ducks. So we didn't think twice about having them back again to try to get them on a good hunt.
Right at daylight, we had a group come in. I got to shoot my first gadwall drake. It was quite an experience and a great way to start the day.
Drake Daddy. Our first hunt's going to be with Nate, and he's got some timber here in Arkansas that has been holding some ducks.
I was able to locate some birds on the edge of a field. We didn't have a blind or a real good area to set up close to the edge of that field. It was mainly mallards. We had a timber hole that was fairly close to that area where we thought that if we would throw out a small decoy spread and do a little bit of calling, we could coax those same birds that were going into that field edge over to our timber hole.
Temperature had dropped a little bit, but we're still dealing with late season, so we went with a minimal decoy spread. We had a jerk string and just sat back and waited for it to happen.
We're going to use a smaller decoy spread towards the end of the year. We're going to do a lot of light calling, and we're going to try and get as much motion in that spread as we can without using a ton of mojos and different spinning wing decoys, because that late in the year they've seen that a lot. And from that point we're going to call very lightly and see how the birds work, and then we're going to react with our calling just to how the birds are responding.
That's a big mallard right there. Yeah. Look at that sucker. We just wrapped up the morning here in Arkansas. The weather was great. It was a bluebird day. We got to watch some birds work and had my best friend with me, so couldn't ask for a better day.
Ducks Unlimited Television, presented by Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting. Mossy Oak Shadow Grass Blades, the official camo of Ducks Unlimited, and Ducks Unlimited's Rescue Our Wetlands campaign, banding together for waterfowl.
The next morning, we woke up and I was really excited. The temperature had dropped a good bit, which hopefully was going to be promising. We had clear skies in the forecast.
When we got out here, we parked the trucks and started walking in. We could hear the ducks that were already on the water, and that got us pretty excited.
We just walked in, got everything set up. It's getting shooting light and we've already got birds working, so hopefully it's going to be an exciting hunt.
Well, second day, we're still blessed with clear and cold conditions, and we're hunting a spot that we knew it had potential.
I love just getting set up in the timber and looking down and seeing 3 or 4 of my friends kind of set up, just knowing that we're fixing to get in on some.
One of the biggest things that's helped us out in actually finishing ducks is movement, and we usually do that with just a jerk string. Ainsley was here to hunt, and so that was her job. I mean, she was running the jerk string, and as you can see with the hunt, we got the ducks in close and they did just what we wanted them to do.
Timber hunting is so fun. This spot has definitely become one of my favorites. You just get to kind of sit back and watch the birds work through the trees. It's awesome whenever you see them fall into the hole. We just had a great time.
This year with Arkansas, it's been pretty difficult for a lot of people. So to be successful this year, we traveled around a bunch. We used a lot of different places that we've had access to in the past to hunt. And then whenever there was water around, we took advantage of that as well. And it's paid off for us this year.
Have you ever wondered why mallards like the flooded timber so much? There are several reasons. First, after strong cold fronts, when skies clear and cold north winds blow, mallards seek out flooded timber to get out of the harsh weather. The timber breaks the wind and the birds use less energy to maintain their body temperature. For a duck, saving energy can be a matter of life and death. Second, mallards begin pairing up in December. By January, a majority of females are paired. Males defend their females from other males, letting the hens focus on feeding and storing fat for the upcoming migration. Flooded timber provides structure that helps isolate paired birds from other pairs and from unpaired males that might attempt to lure a hen away. Third, in some years, the flooded timber holds abundant acorns and other seeds that provide a rich source of energy. And in most years, there are abundant protein-rich invertebrates that help females complete molting. Waterfowl are fascinating creatures. To find out more about ducks and their habitats, visit ducks.org.
DU Insights is brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. Find your favorite place at mossyoakproperties.com. DU TV is powered by Mossberg Firearms, built rugged, proudly American. Mossy Oak Properties, America's land specialist. Kent Cartridge, performance, quality, tradition, biologic, scientifically proven wildlife products. Higdon Outdoors, quality, customer service, innovation. That's Higdon Outdoors. And Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
Late season, typically the notion is you don't want to call too much at the ducks. Well, I think that varies almost day to day late season. So this morning with clear and cold and sunshine on our decoys, they responded very well to the call, and we were actually pretty aggressive with it, but it's what paid off. We found out that if we backed off on the calling even a little bit, then the ducks kept moving on.
It's really awesome to watch one of those single hens come in and land and kind of just get to watch her there on the water, and then at the same time see her get up and leave. Every time I do, I think about Ducks Unlimited and what it stands for. You know, we're here to make sure that we're filling the skies with waterfowl today, tomorrow, and forever.
Especially on clear days, you can see the ducks looking down and looking for whoever is calling or looking for other ducks. So their head is just moving from side to side, and it almost seems like their neck's going to break whenever they're looking down. And so what we did that was successful for us was we put our decoys out on the other side of the hole, so hopefully that would draw their attention over there, and whenever they were coming in, be focused on those decoys and not where we were standing. The sun helps a lot with that. It really made the decoys stand out, and it really helped us hide because we had a bunch of shadows that we could kind of tuck in between, but it worked pretty well for us this morning.
It's always fun to watch a good retriever work. This morning I had Miss Bella with me. I was excited to have her by my side and get to watch her work. It was just a great morning.
Whenever you can get them in close and work the ducks and have them finish, I think that is a bigger part of the hunt to me than actually pulling the trigger, although we do like to do that as well.
You know, I've been fortunate to hunt Arkansas a couple of times this season, and I gotta tell you, if you've got mallards flying and you're in the timber, there's really nothing quite like it.
Just growing up here in Arkansas, there's nothing that I like better than seeing mallards work the timber. You can see from the shots we got today that there were a bunch of ducks that we didn't shoot at. We just enjoyed watching them work. Growing up, it was stressed the importance of calling and how that made a big difference, but also, as you can see, we were in the jerk string for motion and had a kind of a strategy for our decoy placement as well. And I think all of that just really helps the mallards work and helps us just be able to enjoy the hunt and watch them do what we like them to do.
You know, after a hunt like this, you don't mind picking up the decoys. We had a lot of greenheads, we got them in close, and we all had a blast.
The overhead shot comes up a lot in waterfowl hunting. It's a good shot to take because the duck's showing you a lot of vitals. All the breast, all the head, and all the neck is exposed. All you need to do is make the shot. This is one shot where you do have to cover up the bird in order to make it because it's coming at you. You need to blot it out with the barrel as it comes by and pull the trigger. There's a couple ways to do it. I always try, if I can, have my gun to one side of the bird as I come up from behind it so that I can keep it in sight for as long as possible, then just move the barrel in front and pull the trigger. I'm going to want to make this shot before the bird's all the way overhead and shoot just a little bit out front. If I do it right, it should land right at my feet. So that's the overhead shot. Now the higher the bird is, the slower you want to move the gun. Move it slowly past the bird, pull the trigger when you pass the beak and cover it up. You'll be surprised what happens.
Duck Gun is presented by Mossberg Firearms. Built rugged, proudly American. DUTV is brought to you by Bush Hog, performance you can count on. Drake Waterfowl Systems, innovators in waterfowl hunting. Native Nurseries, hand-selected, hand-grown plants for wildlife. Buck Gardner Calls, champion of champions, with closed captioning provided by Mossy Oak Shadow Grass Blades, the official camo of Ducks Unlimited.
In the gun dog world, what matters is the nose. the nose knows. There's things that disguise the scent, mask the scent, and that's what I want to talk about today. We got a lot of wind today, and it's going to blow the scent. You need your dog downwind of that. If you put your dog upwind and cover, he's not going to find the bird. Another thing is snow, rain, like rain today, is going to do things to alter your dog's scenting ability. So you need to train in all types of weather conditions. This stuff is wheat, oats, and turnips that are in bloom. I call them scent eaters. They make it very hard for this dog to work. We're going to cover Nash Buckingham's eyes. Brian's going to cover him and toss in this bird. But he's got to go in this cover and find it. And it's very difficult for a young dog to learn to work this type of scent. We have high scenting grasses that disguise it, and he's hunting very hard. You see how he has to put his nose right on that bird, and he finds it. You can see how he had to go in that grass and hunt very closely. So train in all the types of these conditions to make sure your dog is going to bring back the ones that otherwise would have been lost.
Duck Dog with Mike Stewart is presented by Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs.
Well, this morning's youth hunt for the Arkansas season. So I've got my nephew who is 10 years old. I've taken him on a couple hunts in the past. He has not shot a mallard yet. He has killed a wood duck. That was his first duck that he shot a couple years ago. All right, Jay, you're gonna be right down here by this tree with me. You found any gold up there? Coming in, we got pretty high hopes that we're going to shoot some mallards, or at least have him a chance to shoot some. And we got in there and got the decoys set up, and right off the bat, we had a greenhead come in. Out front, Jay. Get your gun. Shoot him. There you go. Let's see your gun. I'm talking about what? First mallard, first big old greenhead.
I didn't see it before. It just came out from behind the tree, and I shot at it twice and missed, and then I shot it a third time and hit it.
I think it's important to get kids out in the hunts, also to get them involved in the process. My nephew today, I mean, he was an active part of kind of getting everything ready and getting set up, and then understanding why we were running the jerk string and where we were placing the decoys, and that was just invaluable for us. But I think it's important to not only teach them to hunt, but teach them to hunt in the right ways.
My Aunt Jamie made me some hot chocolate, and I drank the whole thermos.
You gotta be ready to shoot your gun.
You have to be ready to hold this.
Ready, shoot that. Hey, I'll give you this. I may should have put a tighter choke in. We need them coming into this bank. We need them just a hair closer. We had a great time, only shot one greenhead, but that's all it takes. And if we didn't shoot any, we'd have had a blast too. There were ducks around, and we got to see ducks and work ducks. We brought some hot chocolate, which was a big hit. Part of the hunt is shooting the ducks, but really with this youth hunt, it's about getting out there and taking advantage of the opportunity just to get kids out in the wilderness.
If you're a kid, ask somebody that you know that duck hunts, and they might take you, and you'll have a lot of fun.
A timber hunting legacy is special to the people of Arkansas, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, and the sportsmen who support and visit these national treasures from all over America. Thanks, Arkansas, for keeping these traditions alive. Please visit ducks.org for more information, and see you next time on DU TV.